Developmentally, dual enrollment students are teenagers. They're not adults. And there are differences that are both obvious and subtle. So, for instance, if you're teaching a class where you have a mix of adults and teenagers, they may be somewhat invisible, depending on their maturity level, but they may need more help and not be either willing or able to ask for help in the same way that an adult does. Some of my classes have had both high school students and adults together, and I think that there are some, guidelines to follow if you have classes that are mixed. Classes that are primarily high school students or dual enrollment students, obviously there are special considerations for teaching high school students, but it's not as complicated when everyone's the same grade level. Some of the things to consider when you're working with high school students and adults in the same classroom have to do with issues of, for instance, confidentiality, issues related to FERPA regarding having minors in a classroom. And then some of the things have to do with expectations around teenagers and adults doing work together. To start off with, just something to consider is that if you are teaching a student under 18, for instance, FERPA guidelines would prohibit you from taking pictures of them since they are minors, and their parent would need to sign off. FERPA guidelines also would, in most cases, require that parents sign contracts on behalf of them as opposed to asking them to sign a contract. With adult students, adults can give informed consent on their own for things like having a picture taken of them while they're doing a project, or a picture taken of them that you're going to put on the web to show class participation. So some of the issues have to do with confidentiality, and then understanding that minors can't really sign for themselves and can't give consent.